Think nutrition for first responders has to be complicated? Well, it's not. My name is Mitch, I'm a firefighter and hybrid athlete. In today's video, we're gonna show you a simple approach to prioritize protein and hit your goals without eating bland, boring food. This is a copy and paste formula that you can utilize whether you're on or off shift. So morning cocktail today, and bear with me guys, this is gonna be a battle. I slept 0 last night at work, so we need some caffeine to get the day rocking and rolling. I don't always go with pre-workout, pre-run, but today we're doing some lean, so some extra caffeine, a lot of crazy stuff going on. We're gonna make the vlog look really aesthetic today because my house is actually staged right now to sell. So my sweetie pie behind the camera there and I are both a little sleep deprived, but we're gonna make the most of it today and we're gonna make it happen for you guys. Next we're going in with some Hydrate. Lemon lime flavor has been my go-to. So this has 500 milligrams of sodium. One thing we have to realize about hydration is it's not just about actually getting in liquid. A lot of people think like hydration is about taking in water, but hydration is also about getting in electrolytes as well, which is super, super important. And then last but not least, each and every day, 5 grams of creatine going in the shaker. We're gonna down this. You got the shoes on, we're ready to rock and roll. And it's a pretty nice day and we're taking you guys on a pretty nice route. So I think we're gonna get some pretty cool footage. So cut AJ to really cool running footage in 3, 2, 1.
My G's on, calculate a couple bands, put my G's on. Jump into the leg, lean back, get my breeze on. It's a matter of time, independent, trying to get it. It's a heck of a grind. Catch me coasting, visibly chilling when we be toasting. Shawty said I look like a villain when I be posted. That's dope, chick. I'm just trying to reach past the ceiling though. I'm just trying to get a big crib by the villa though. Magilla gorilla, the beast in the building. Chilling in the private section by the ceiling.
This is why post-shift movement is so necessary. I felt like absolute garbage when I got home. I literally maybe slept for an hour, 45 minutes last night. We had 6 calls after midnight, but I'm cruising. We're flying. This is a funny thing that happens. Sometimes the days when you least feel like training are the days you train your best. And this is another reason why prioritizing health and fitness is so essential for us as first responders, you guys. When you increase your athleticism, your performance, you also increase your resilience. Although I had a brutal night last night, because I gave my body what it needs, I'm able to power through and make the most of today. Instead of consistently fighting aches, pains, fatigue, and bloating, preparation and upfront investment allows me to make the most of these beautiful off days. This crowd right here, I tell you, I would not be able to accomplish any of the things that I've done without the one driving that truck.
Feeling like a couple dollars by the million. Ew, man. Shawty sneaky trying to cop a feeling. Grilling like we out here cooking by the pot though. Chilling, actually it's really kinda hot though. Feeling like I can't quit, I never stop though. Kicking with the squad, we just came to get it poppin'. Look at how we gliding. Just watch how we riding. It looks like we flying. We vibing, we rolling. Look at how we coasting. Just keep it in motion. They love how we rolling. I'm back, scratch that. Trying to get a bag, I'm back, Jack. Oh boy, killin' with the swag, I'm that cat. About to shoot my shot with a mag at. About to get it jumping like a rabbit. About to get it popping like I'm mad at it. About to get it in, cause I came in here to win, I ain't bad at it. Now I'm in the whip with my guys, calculating the pies. We always on the rise, doing it supersized. Really, y'all be doing it mini and we be trying to kill it. Always on my grind, I do not care if you feel it.
And there you have it, guys. 0 sleep, 9K, average pace 428 minutes per kilometer. We averaged 136 beats per minute. And if you're wondering how I run relatively fast at a lower heart rate, this VO2 max video on screen is really gonna help you there. And as you can see, I'm a sweaty, disgusting mess driving back. Our amazing camera driver is now in the back. We're trying to rush home. I didn't sleep last night. We have people coming over to, take photos of our house. Like, life is crazy, but at the end of the day, guys, we have to remember that you getting where you want to go is all about making the hard right decision over the easy wrong decision. It's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be challenging, but at the end of the day, there's either people that make time or make excuses, and it's about how bad you want it. This stuff means a lot to me. Fitness means a lot to me, so I make it a priority, and I guarantee if you make it a priority, everything's gonna change and it's gonna bleed into every other aspect of your life. So we're gonna rush home, get some stuff finished. We're gonna get into some nutrition, some eating, some fueling post-run, and show you guys what I eat to fuel performance, feel great. See you then. And that's the thing, you guys, I think I wanna show you is like, I don't create content full time. I work the shift work, I have life, I have other obligations. And again, it's just about not finding the time, but making the time. But it's time to eat. All right, you guys, pre-lift, post-run. The primary goal here is gonna be quick carbohydrates and limited protein. So this has been my go-to breakfast recently. This is just some overnight oats. We got a scoop of whey protein. We got a scoop of colostrum. We got a tablespoon or two of almond butter for some healthy fats. It looks like absolute wallpaper paste, but this stuff is legitimately amazing. It's my favorite meal of the day. And then just to make sure that we're covering our micronutrients as well, we're gonna do some greens. We're gonna go in with some D3K2 and then some omegas because health, right? So one of the things I see all the time, especially with the people that come to me and the people that I work with, is they suffer from paralysis by analysis when it comes to nutrition. At the end of the day, there's basically two things that we really need to worry about: what we're eating and how much we're eating. So when it comes to what we're eating, the two main things we're worried about is macro and micronutrients. So for macronutrients, that's our carbs, fats, and proteins, and depending on your body type, depending on your goals, is gonna dictate kind of what you eat and what proportions of those things. Me as a person that is more like an endomorph, short, stocky, I'm better with like a high fat, high protein, lower carb diet. It just works better with my body type. For someone who is an ectomorph, like high metabolism, those tall, lanky, lean people, those hard gainers, they do better with a higher carb diet. And in terms of micronutrients, that is our zinc, our magnesium, all those other things that are really important for overall health and wellness. It's gonna help regulate different hormones and just allow us to feel our best. So that's where things like greens powders can be really beneficial. Ideally, you don't wanna get too much of these things from supplements. You want them in your whole food diet. And one of the best ways to determine or ensure that you do that is by like eating the rainbow. That is like different colors, different colored vegetables, different colored fruits. It's a really good way of remembering kind of what you need to eat in order to make sure you're getting those essential micronutrients. And the second thing that we're worried about is how much we're eating. How many calories are we eating each and every day? And at the end of the day, if you wanna lose fat, we need to be in a calorie deficit, eating less calories than we burn. And then if we wanna gain weight, we wanna be in a calorie surplus, eating more calories than we burn. There's a ton of great calculators that you can use for that. It's something that we do for our clients, so that way they're not just guessing about their nutrition, they actually know exactly what they need to be put in their body, so that way we're making informed decisions when it comes to training and body composition. So macro, micronutrients, calorie surplus, calorie deficit. At the end of the day, keep it simple, stupid. Nutrition doesn't have to be complicated. I think the internet is really great at being an abundance of information. It's a great resource. When it comes to intermittent fasting, different diets, carnivore, high fat, high carb, low carb, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is calories in, calories out. Make sure you prioritize protein, eat good quality food, and honestly guys, that's all that matters. So I am starving and we're gonna get into this, crush this food, and we're gonna get ready for part 2 on the day, which is going to be a lift, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. So the next question might be, Coach Mitch, how do I know how much I'm eating? At the end of the day, this is probably the answer that most people don't wanna hear. You have to track your food. And I know it's monotonous, I know it can be a pain in the butt, but it's just like anything, it's a skill. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. I just did a 60-day cut, and by the end of it, going into my in-app tracker, I was able to log my food so fast, and honestly, it just became part of my day-to-day. If we're not tracking, we don't actually know what we're eating. And so many of the clients that I work with, they actually start tracking their food and they really realize how much they're under or overeating. And that's why they're not making the progress that they can in the gym. And the only way to know that you're accurately tracking your food is by weighing it. It doesn't really matter when it's things like green leafy vegetables, but with calorically dense things like almond butter, it could be the difference between you being in a calorie deficit and not being in a calorie deficit. And the main reason that tracking is so important, I get it, you guys, it might not be a forever thing. I don't always track my calories. If I have a certain goal, I definitely will. But for some people, they can develop unhealthy relationships with tracking food. They can become neurotic and obsessive. But the reason that I tell all my clients it's essential, especially when you start, is it gives you a mental image of what a full day of eating looks like. A couple calories either way is totally fine, but sometimes people don't really know or appreciate how much they are overeating, and that's why weighing your food is essential. So that is one of the biggest things. Understand your macros, understand how many calories you're gonna be eating in a day, and then track accurately by weighing your food, and I guarantee that is going to make a massive difference with improvement and progress in the gym and in the mirror. In case you guys haven't realized it yet, I'm a Transparent Labs athlete. Their products are absolutely amazing. These protein bars are straight gas. So we just finished with a little bit of work. One thing I try to do for at least 10 to 15 minutes a day is listen to something that is going to give me motivation, positivity. So Alex Hormozi, Chris Williamson, newest episode I haven't seen yet on the Modern Wizard podcast. Gonna eat this bar and then we'll see you guys in the gym. Things that I say all the time as it pertains to nutrition is it has to be sustainable. And the only way that it's sustainable is if you actually enjoy what you're eating. Here's a prime example of that. I'm literally gonna put 30 calories worth of parm on these eggs with a little bit of some fancy pants truffle salt. I eat this almost every day. It's literally a difference of like maybe 30, 35 calories, and I actually look forward to this meal. I think so many people have this preconceived notion and perception that nutrition is brown rice, boiled broccoli, and chicken, but it's simply just not the case. Having this all or nothing approach, being super restrictive, is the reason people yo-yo diet and never actually move the needle forward. So these are simple tricks that I utilize to make high protein, high quality food taste a little bit better, and allows me to stay consistent, stay on track, and crush my goals. Parmesan, truffle, eggs, sounds caloric dense, sounds crazy, but this is about 65 grams of protein, and with the sourdough bread is only around like 450 to 500 calories. So post-workout, the priority is always gonna be a ton of protein to rebuild and replenish. We're gonna crush this, get stuck into a little bit more work, get into the midday snack, talk about what we do for dinner, and that's gonna be it, you guys. Full day of eating. Let's eat. So one question I get all the time from the clients, the people that I work with, is what about shift work? What do we do on shift? And at the end of the day, nutrition, moving forward to your fitness, just comes down to how bad you want it. So I tell people if they want to be really stringent and want to really dial in the nutrition, bring your food to work. But being in the job for over 10 years, I understand the camaraderie and the enjoyment of sharing a meal. So at the end of the day, the thing that I say is bring some of your food and then just make more informed decisions. If you're having burgers and fries, maybe have just the patties, the lettuce, the tomato, and a little bit of fries. If you're having lasagna, maybe not have 3 portions, have 1. Just like most things, at the end of the day, if we apply the 80-20 rule, we're still gonna make a ton of progress in the right direction. And that basically says if we prioritize these things 80% of the time, even if we loosen up, even if we fall off track the other 20%, we're still going to move forward. So that's kind of my suggestion when it comes to eating on shift work, is like, if you really wanna lock in, bring your food, weigh your food, that's gonna really accelerate your progress. But if you understand the dynamics of the fire hall and how much it is just having a laugh and sharing a meal on shift, then just make better choices. So we've cracked on with a bunch of work here, guys. You've had a very busy day, but now we're gonna get into a little bit more food, and we're gonna talk about why repetition, predictability, and preparation is absolutely key. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. That's why preparation is key. The same thing applies to tracking your nutrition. I know it takes time, but ultimately it's gonna set you up for success. My yogurt meal for the day normally doesn't look like this, but because my wife knew we were shooting a YouTube video, she wanted to make it look really fancy. This is usually mashed up in a bowl, but it's already prepared in large quantities in the fridge, so when I have a break in my day, I can run down, get some protein in, have a quick meal, and I don't have to overthink it. A lot of people always resort to convenience, and that means eating foods that maybe aren't in alignment with their nutrition goal. So the more we can prep, the more prepared we can be, the more we're gonna set ourselves up for success. So we're gonna smash this. This is my final snack before we get into dinner, and we're gonna talk about what that looks like to keep things interesting in a second. We talk about repetition and predictability, and those are definitely tools that you can utilize to set yourself up for success, but variety is the spice of life, and dinner is where we keep things interesting. So today we're doing some chicken thighs on the smoker with some salad and rice, and this is usually where I'll get the remainder of my carbohydrates. It's gonna make me sleepy. It's been a long day, crazy shift at work, and we're ready to wind down. So we're gonna get this made up, gonna have our last meal of the day, wind it down, some family time, and that's pretty much it, you guys. Full day of eating as a firefighter and hybrid athlete. Until next time,
take it easy.
Simple strategy to prioritize protein, eating whole foods without eating bland, boring dog shit.